weeks ago, I went through the scariest moment of my life. I had no feeling from my hips down and I couldn't walk. It happened after a backflip, okay, more than one, on hard floor, barefoot, and with pretty poor landings. On my last attempt, I landed with so much impact that I compressed my spine and my legs fully shut down. As someone who loves movement, and not only loves it, movement is my full-time job, you can imagine how scary this was. My husband, he had to carry me out of the gym because I had my ego all the way up here, and there was no way I was calling an ambulance. He carried me all the way out of the gym, put me into the car because I couldn't even squat down to sit in the car. So it was a whole thing, and then carried me up the stairs at home. He just cared for me in ways I cannot even describe. Keep in mind, we had been married for less than a year and I couldn't move my legs at all. He stuck by my side and he took over everything. My work, my content. He even did my ponytails when I had calls with my clients, everything. He took over the house chores. I lived like a queen. But I was in so much pain. By day 3, I decided it was time to go for a checkup. I could move my legs, so I went to the hospital to try to find out what was going on. After some days of back and forth in the hospital, I ended up finding out that I have a herniated disc, or that I herniated my disc between the L5 and the S1. The liquid in between those discs had leaked out and was pressing on my nerves that control my legs. Once I knew what was going on, I actually felt so relieved because I knew I had the tools to get myself out of this one. They gave me meds to reduce the inflammation on the nerve, and once the pain was bearable, I gradually started moving. Doctors did suggest surgery, but there's no way I'm gonna let someone cut me open. Your girl spent 3 days with unbearable pain, not moving her legs, trying to figure it out on herself. I've been like this since I was a kid. I remember when I broke my arm for the first time and I spent 5 days without telling anyone that I had broken my arm. I would still go to gymnastics classes until one day my mom grabbed me. I think we were crossing a street or something, and I yelled at the top of my lungs, and then she was like, okay, this is not normal, we're going to the hospital. But back on track. After my results, my husband and I built a program to help me get gradually out of this pain. It started with 5-minute walks 5 times a day, then 7 minutes, then 10, and because movement is key right now. Stiffness becomes weakness in cases like this. So strengthening the muscles around my injury is very, very ideal right now. This was my daily spine set. Cat-cow extension half only, glute bridge, side lying clam, bird dog arms only, dead bug with the heels sliding. All of that paired with my 3 times a week workout. And this was the workout. Prone hip extensions, side lying hip abductions, glute bridges, wall sits. Plus, I had something else, and this was the magic one. It was a Sphinx pose hold for 2 minutes whenever I remembered, but I did it mostly when the pain was unbearable. Because when you have a herniated disc that the liquid presses in your spine nerves, you need a lot of extensions to get out of it. So the liquid can kind of start going inside. That was the Sphinx pose, and I hold it as much as possible throughout the day. Now, I've trained hard my whole life, and I think that is part of the reason why my recovery has been so fast. And I'm not still walking like a grandma. And I can sit down also, that's a big plus. But here's the big part most people don't see, and is what I still can't do. I'll put it right up there, it's coming. Then I can put myself down. And there's gonna be a list that says loaded flexion, spinal flexion drills, deep squatting, impact, that's a big one, long stillness, demonstrating. I know it's gonna be a long road back to where I was, but I'll update you next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, whatever you want to do, comment. So it helps so much, and I'll see you then. Yalla, bye bye.